Hi.
Hi.
That guy's Tom. I'm Clay. That's Nandroid.
Hi.
Welcome to the end of Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton. It's been an exciting ride, and Tom is okay. I'm not being forced to read this. And if I was, I would hold no animosity towards Tom or the FBI. Let's get on with it. Okay. So, we left off here where we are trying to prove the Inquisition shall provide evidence that somebody was with Miss Cantabella in the bell tower when she saw the fire dragon. Yeah, so that's happening. I mean, well, I mean, somebody was there, but I guess they left this note, and that probably explains why they're not there anymore.
And that explains why it was such a traumatic experience.
Yo, wait a second.
What?
I was supposed to fucking meme on this, and I've only got 2 health left?
Yes.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I know. We should have saved before it got to the memery, but we
Yeah.
didn't know.
Well, I guess it was the suicide note.
Have a look. Objection.
Have a look.
Yeah, that was random. Or the Inquisition is just testing the waters.
What's with that satisfied look on your face, Nick?
I've always wanted to do this. Everyone's always poking fun at me if I present the wrong evidence. It feels so good to do it for somebody else for a change. Unfortunately, Inquisitor Layton, I fail to see a connection between this matter at hand and the evidence you presented. Well, if you don't test the waters, you won't know if you're out of your depth. I'll present the correct evidence next time.
You're looking very happy again, Nick.
It's music to my ears. Someone other than me making a silly mistake and coming up with lame excuses.
You know, maybe you could use some time off so that you can release your pent-up frustration. And hello, chat. I saw you, Michael Chu. Saw
Oh, hey,
you.
Chu, what up? Well, in that case, the Inquisition shall present evidence that somebody was with Miss Cantabella. I still can't save here, so I hope that wasn't the.
I'm fairly certain it's that.
Yeah, me too. Let's just take another look at it because it's cute AF.
Aww.
Aww.
Look
Man. They're so
They're
cute.
so cute.
Goodness.
I wonder what happened.
I know, right? The storyteller, that's what happened. Also, is her doll of herself? I've been over this once. It certainly looks like it.
It's the doll that was on her bed.
Oh, shit. Athena, what up?
Athena, FBI, Sheena, get out of here, Canadian FBI. The American FBI is free to liberate Clay and Nyanny.
Yeah.
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 As long as I wear this beanie, I'm an American.
What?
Yeah. I'm a double agent.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Now scroll up. Aww.
Aw. It's just like slightly dopey, you know?
I know, she's
It
so
just makes
cute.
it so cute. Nothing's ever gonna bring this girl down, though. My God. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Oh no, I've got to keep on smiling. But she got some big hands, though.
she's older.
All right.
All right.
Have a look.
Have a look. This is the proof.
Credibility, one shield. I wish we had like items where we could restore credibility,
Ooh, that'd be really
like
cool.
a potion of some kind.
Hey, Luigi, what up? Build objection stats.
Yeah.
This photograph shows Miss Cantabella with a friend. Golly! This is the finest illustration I've ever seen. It's a photograph. Oh, it looks as if it were a reflection on the real world on paper. Tell me, who created this exquisite work of art? Well, Your Honor, I understand you are fascinated, but let us focus on what this picture shows. This picture was found in the Storyteller's Tower. Mr. Cantabella, we have taken the liberty of borrowing it for this trial.
It's enough to look away for a second, and you've already caused trouble.
Professor, aren't photographs against the rules? I mean, this is supposed to be a medieval setting.
Meh, who cares? What's important now is helping Miss Cantabella to grasp the truth. And in this case, the end justifies the means. Please take a look at the two girls in this picture. Each one of them is wearing a pendant. Why? That's so! These are the Belfry contraption pendants. We know that one of these girls is Miss Cantabella. But then, who is the other girl?
Ooh.
Accused? Do you have any idea? Espella, are you okay?
It doesn't look like she is. It's me.
And?
The other girl is...
Uh-huh.
She's...
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Oh.
Spella! Your Honor! Stop this trial! Stop it right now! Can't you see you're driving Spella into insanity?
Objection.
It's just the opposite, Mr. Cantabella.
Huh?
If we turn away from the truth now, Espella will close herself to the world forever.
Grr.
Mr. Wright. Yes? You know who it is, don't you? You know the identity of the other girl in this picture. Don't make me point it out, please.
You should save.
I did not know.
Okay, yeah.
Is that so? If the defense knows that, tell us who the other girl is. I mean, like, Kira, right? Or Eve.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Eve. Maybe it's both. I don't know. I think Eve's still... Come to think of it, I've seen Eve and Darklaw in the same place.
Yeah, it's true.
Weirding me out.
It's very true.
All right, here we go.
Toss her.
Take that!
I'm thinking it's High Inquisitor Darklaw. High Inquisitor Darklaw? I cannot say I didn't have slight suspicions about her, but oh my. Miss Cantabella, what do you say? Do you now remember the girl next to you in this picture?
I was with Lady Darklaw.
This is crazy! What are you basing this preposterous claim on? Bless you.
But, Mr. Cantabella, this girl closely resembles the High Inquisitor.
Resembles? That's just your personal opinion. It's meaningless in a court of law.
I don't know, man. Pretty dang close.
Objection!
Thanks, Liz. If you want evidence, you've got it. Aw, crap.
It's probably the pendant, though, to be honest. That's just like your opinion, man. What?
The definitive proof that the girl in this picture is High Inquisitor Darklaw is the invisibility pendant. Darklaw's pendant.
Probably.
Bam! And this is the pudding. It was in the proof. It was High Inquisitor. The pendant needed for the contraption in the bell tower. I have Darklaw's testimony here. She said this pendant was hers. Hey, Cyril, what up? And so, the other girl in this picture is definitely Miss Darklaw.
Is it really? Eve, where are you going? What was that about?
I was expecting you. Miss Darklaw.
I see that I was not mistaken about you. I trusted in your ability to get this far.
High Inquisitor Darklaw? Where did you just appear from?
Does your memory not serve you well? Your Honor, you know what I am. I can disappear at will anytime I wish to. So, storyteller, everything has worked out just as you had written. Oh, revered creator of Labyrinthia. Revered, whatever.
Darklaw!
Lady Darklaw!
Spooky. Eve's a traitor. Cats ain't loyal. Miss Darklaw, did you enter the Belfry with Miss Cantabella when you were little?
Yes, I did.
Then you have memories of events from 10 years before 10 years ago.
I certainly do.
It's weird how our hands kind of sit behind her back like that.
I stand with
That's
like
it.
a hand behind my back.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah.
prepared to Naruto run at any moment.
Yeah.
Just dip your chest and
Yeah, there's always that's always on the tip of my tongue.
Ready to run.
Nani mo, nani mo, da 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 da.
Order! Order! Order in the court!
Lady Darklaw, you were with me. Your memories have been suppressed. By that man. But I was with Eve. Eve, huh? Eve the black cat. Yes, she's always been my dear friend. She was by my side on that day too. What a bizarre coincidence. Darklaw isn't my real name.
Oh my god. If that's your real name. What? Then what is your real name?
It's Eve.
Oh, I knew it! What? What?
You are Eve?
Oh.
Eve. Isabella. My dear friend, Eve. It can't be a flashback. Was it real?
Darklaw, why are you doing this? Are you trying to undo everything I've accomplished in these past 10 years?
No. You've already ruined everything yourself.
What is it you want?
What I want? My aim is to make the truth known, so that everything returns to how it should be.
Miss Darklaw. I mean Eve, I guess. Will you tell us what you remember about what happened back then, more than 10 years ago?
It would be my pleasure.
No, the pleasure is all mine.
It was the day of the fire festival. Isabella and I went up to the bell tower. The wind was strong that day. When the sun had set, the festival began. It's true that the whole town burned down that day. The fire consumed buildings and people, turning them into ashes. We were the only survivors. We stayed in the belfry while the world below us was being eaten up by hungry flames. The legendary fire is no fable. It happened here more than 10 years ago.
Objection!
There are no such things as magic and fire dragons. So how could a whole town be destroyed in just one night? Yes, that's something I'd like to know as well. Even if we assume the celebratory flames got out of control, surely the whole town wouldn't have perished like that.
Now it all makes sense.
Now it all makes sense. That was the missing piece of this puzzle. What do you mean, Professor? I can imagine how that, now, what transpired that night. What happened in the belfry, and what caused the legendary fire. We have all the clues we need. If the Inquisition has evidence to show us, I'd very much like to see it. What caused the legendary fire?
Oh, it was probably the Bell of Ruin.
I think so.
Because it's made of silver and it maybe made them all pass out and then they just burned.
Yeah, I think so. Made of pure silver. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Have a look.
Have a look. The cause of the fire is in the belfry. It was the bell? That bell has been made by the natives and later sealed underground. It was called the Bell of Ruin.
Bell of Ruin?
By the way, why does this bell have such an ominous name? Could it be because it's made of pure silver? Pure silver? Exactly. Mr. Cantabella has told us earlier.
But everyone who lives here has a very peculiar condition. This condition makes people fall unconscious upon the sound of a certain metal being struck.
And that metal is pure silver. Yes. And we were told the condition is brought about by drinking the groundwater. Indeed. That bell was also the reason why the original inhabitants of this area decided to forsake it. It seems that the Bell of Ruin caused a devastating disaster. To those who have gained entry into the sanctum, heed our words. You must not ring the Bell of Ruin. Zero. The bell pulls out a gun. So, Layton, you've discovered my master plan. Takes Spella hostage. Dong, 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 dong. I can't help but wonder what disaster this bell has caused. An enormous bell made of silver, and the locals with the peculiar condition. It's not too hard to imagine what happened. It was probably the same calamity as the one that happened over 10 years ago. And that is... well, what disaster happened to this town before Labyrinthia was built? Oh! The legendary fire. Now, let us contemplate the following scenario. Hey, Helen, what up?
Are you calling me a liar? Well, I ain't calling you a truther!
Thanks, Helen.
What would happen if the Bell of Ruin were sounded during the fire festival? The guilty.
Oh no. Oh no.
Everyone who heard it would fall unconscious. As it was an annual festival, all the townspeople were assembled in the town square. Oh dear.
No.
Therefore, on the night of the fire festival over 10 years ago, all the residents instantly lost consciousness when the bell was struck.
Oh no.
Had it been even just slightly windy that day, the fires lit for the Great Witch Bezella would have gone out of control, and they would spread throughout the town with no one left to stop them. Because everyone was unconscious. Exactly. That would also include the two girls who were in the belfry.
Spella and I.
You were the closest to the source of the sound, so it was inevitable. When you recovered consciousness, it was already too late. The town had been swallowed by flames, as if it were a fire dragon had come to burn it. That was the calamity caused by the bell. Calamity? You say here that the cause of calamity is the Great Witch Bezella. That night, in this very town, Bezella was more than a mythical persona.
Bezella. She's losing it again.
She's losing it! Get her 5 slaps to the face! See stat!
Losing my Spella.
Ella, oh wow.
The Bell of Ruin.
Oh no, I'll ruin it if I look at it 3D.
Priscilla!
Oh no.
Damn.
Boom, 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 boom. Well, while we're doing this middle thing, I'm going to play this that came through. Blood Kitten! I walk around the mall parking lot looking for supermarket carts. People leave rather than returning to work. I go around the corner and I see 2 explosions less than 100 meters away. Apparently, electrical pole had a shortage.
Oh, damn.
Are you
That's
sure
dangerous.
it wasn't a great dragon?
Oh.
But also stay safe.
Yeah, no, do stay safe. That stuff is dangerous.
A great fire.
As we've
dragon.
learned from the great Ace Attorney trial at the beginning of the 3rd game?
Fire extinguishers?
No, that was the 2nd game, I'm pretty sure.
Cold killer axe.
Yeah, that case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's a power line. And
Don't go chasing down
power lines. Because they probably still charged you to leave it to professionals like you should.
Yeah.
Better run away or... I don't know.
Mr. Cantabella,
And thanks, Blood Kitten.
I would like to apologize for putting too much pressure on your daughter. Only your words can bring her back from the brink of madness. Let her hear the truth from her own father.
All according to your plan, Layton. You've driven a speller into a corner in order to push me to the wall.
Little John comes out and just like, need a window!
To the walls.
Need a window!
I had no other choice.
Speller, please listen to me.
To the corner of the wall! No blah. Thanks.
Please listen to me. You haven't done anything wrong. You didn't cause that accident. You have suffered so much thinking that you were Priscilla. I must take the blame for that.
You? Mr. Cantabella?
I sacrificed everything to make up for what I've done. But all I managed to do was inflict more pain upon others. Is that not so, Dark Law?
Now that you're willing to talk, Mr. Cantabella, would you mind telling us your story? Yours, as well as the Spellers and Miss Darklaw's.
Very well.
The entire crowd here is just like,
This story, too, began when I was a young lad. When Newton and I were still youths, full of hopes and dreams. Dreams and hopes. As you already know, we discovered the underground ruins, and deep within them lay that accursed bell. The Bell of Ruin. At that time, we still lacked the knowledge to decipher any of the writings we found there. This bell is magnificent. It's bound to make the most beautiful sound. I have an idea. Why don't we make this bell the symbol of our town?
yes, the Bell of Ruin does have a nice ring to it. Ah, come on. Ah, thank you.
How do you propose we do that? Let's build a bell tower for it. And then we can ring it on special occasions. That's not a bad idea. And it's settled. We'll grow up. When we grow up, let's do it. Oh, we're really young, apparently. Okay, just don't forget about it.
The promise we made in our younger days.
Yaksoku. The two of us chose different paths in life. I studied management in London, while Newton devoted himself to the study of natural sciences.
What class do you have next? Alchemy. Just call it natural sciences, man. You're really freaking me out, okay? Jesus.
Alchemy. I'm a real alchemist. You just can't put baking soda and vinegar together and say you're an alchemist, Newton. It just makes you look stupid.
Take that robe off, okay? People are staring.
Why do you have a bandolier full of
pistols and mortars. Mortar and pistols, I guess. I don't know.
And then, you made a fortune following the invention of a new anesthetic.
We both got married around that time, and each of us had a daughter.
Oh!
You mean Espella was born shortly after your company gained funding?
That's right. We eventually returned to our hometown and set about realizing our childhood dream. Having built the bell tower in the middle of the town square, we retrieved the bell itself from the underground ruins.
You know how fucking hard that would be?
It's quite heavy, I assure you.
Really fucking hard.
But we were stacked, and we're super jacked, and
Yeah,
our
I
wives
guess
were
so.
really hot. I know they're not here right now, but trust me, the hottest. We aspired to make the bell, make it a symbol of prosperity for this unindustrialized town.
That's what does it. It's like playing SimCity, and you build the bell, and it gives like +10 industry.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
The bell was to be officially displayed during the annual fire festival. It would be rung in the morning, following the night of celebration.
Pardon the interruption, but at the time, were you aware of the meaning behind the bell's name?
Obviously, we were not. Thinking back to my ignorance at the time, a chill now runs down my spine.
Good talk, Spella.
Newton and I went to the bell tower that day before the festival.
Hang on! Espella, you look like you have something to say.
Priscilla! Nice.
Good talk.
Thanks.
Newton and I went to the bell tower before the festival. Only one more day to go. We've waited a long time for this. That we have. This town will no longer be the same after tomorrow.
Oops.
The bell weighed so much that ringing it was not easy. We tackled that problem by constructing a special mechanism, which we installed in the belfry.
I want to hear the bell. Can I make it ring?
Oh!
Daddy, please, let me ring it.
Espella, who was there with us, was utterly enchanted by the bell. She wasn't a bad child, but she was very stubborn and would rarely listen to me when she wanted something.
Kids.
I told her a story to try to convince her to leave the bell alone.
No!
Espella, listen carefully. You mustn't ring this bell.
But why? Why can't I, Daddy?
You know about Bezella, the witch.
Oops.
Uh-huh. She's an evil fire witch who uses magic to hurt people.
If you ring the spell, Bezella will come out and possess you.
Oh, gee, that is excessive. What? Wow.
Oh.
Like, imagine if in Christianity instead it was like, ooh, the devil's, you're gonna go to hell, the devil. It was like, no, you will be possessed by the devil and kill everyone if you do a bad
Can you
thing.
just change the title of the stream to like Parenting Fails compilation?
Oh, no.
Fuck. Just tell her the Easter Bunny's dead and Santa Claus killed him. But he doesn't really exist, so.
Wow. Yeah, that was the best lie you could come up with, Who Needs Sleep says.
Oh.
Possess me? You mean I'll turn into Bezella?
Oh.
That's right, Espella.
Kids are so impressionable.
When Bezella possesses someone, she uses them to do terrible things. That's why you must never ring the spell, sweetheart.
Man, it's amazing what terrible parenting, some tainted groundwater, a lack of oxygen, and traumatic experience will do to a child.
I know, right?
She actually turned out pretty okay, minus the whole trans
Thinking
thing.
she's a witch?
Yeah. Aside from that, she's a good girl.
I understand, Daddy.
Oh.
There's a good girl.
She wasn't a bad child, but she was stubborn. So I told her many lies.
The legend of Bezella has been passed around these parts for centuries.
It probably originated from beliefs of the tribes that populated this area in the past.
What I told Espella was just a silly story that I invented for the occasion. It was only meant to stop her from ringing the bell. I could not have imagined it would have such far-reaching consequences.
Parenting in a nutshell. I know that there was something that my parents told me when I was a child that affected me. I still to this day, I can't, like, I know logically, my parents told me that if I swallowed toothpaste, I would die.
Oh.
And so now, like, if toothpaste even gets, like, close to going down my throat, I can't help but, like, gag.
Really?
It's really inconvenient. That's why you've probably heard me before.
I have, absolutely.
Yeah, and, like, I know that it won't kill me. You shouldn't swallow it, obviously, but they legit told me that I would die, and it scared the shit out of me.
Well, if
and
I
so
can...
even to me in, like, my adult age, now I gag, like, at toothpaste a lot.
Here, let me try to calm your nerves. So
Yeah.
when I was young,
Yeah.
I brushed my teeth like you do, and my sister's like, "You like the taste of toothpaste, right?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
She's like, "Have you ever considered just eating a bunch?"
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, "Ah!" And so I was like, and I ate a whole bunch, and then I threw it all up.
Oh,
It's
God.
not good for you.
Now,
But
does that affect you now today?
no,
Oh,
I don't give a
weird. Okay.
shiz. She did the same thing with salt. I believed my sister a lot. I turned out fine though, right, guys? Right?
Octopath postgame? We haven't done the Octopath postgame yet, Warm-Hearted. Sorry about that. Probably gonna do it on Twitch sometime, so follow there if you want to get the notification for it. The link description down below. But yeah, no, it's serious. Like, that's a real thing. That like, just kids are so impressionable. You can just like root that shit real deep.
I
Real
know.
weird.
Part of me, if I have a kid, want to teach them that like salt is pepper and pepper is salt. Just, you know, mix the two up for them. So they pass the salt, and it's like, why are you passing the pepper when I asked for the salt? And then they found out that their whole life was a lie,
That's just me.
and that pepper is salt and salt is pepper.
Yeah.
And that's why I'll never have a child.
Yep. It's kind of petty.
Well, it's not petty, it's just interesting.
It's all coming back to me now. I remember that day. On the day of the fire festival, just around the time when the preparations ended and everything was about to begin. I sneaked out of the house. I took Mum's pendant with me.
Your mother's pendant. Do you mean this one?
Yes, it belonged to me, Mum.
It belonged to me, Mum!
We needed to limit the access of the bell, to the bell, so we made 2 keys. We decided to make them independent and gave each of one of them to our respective wives. Both are needed in order to access the belfry.
I saw you and Mr. Belduke use them, so I told Eve to meet me at the bell tower.
Oh!
Daddy says Bazella will come out if I ring the bell, but if I do it just a little...
Oh, no!
I want to try it while the festival is going on.
Oh, no.
I hope Eve doesn't forget her mum's pendant.
I have to play this. Hold on. Phantom of the Night!
What up?
Just got home with Twizzlers and tea. What'd I miss?
Terrible parenting.
You missed parenting. Gone wrong. Clickbait, not clickbait.
Not clickbait.
And thanks for subscribing. Minty House. And
So it is just as I thought, Miss
Creamy
Darklaw. You are Mr. Belduke's daughter.
Well done, Inquisitor. I was almost afraid you would fail to make that connection.
What in the? This is too much for one day. I like how there's like a huge distance between them. Like,
Yeah.
stay away from my daughter. Order! Order in the court. Lady Darklaw, you mean to say that you're Sir Belduke's daughter?
Yes. My real name is Eve Belduke. I'm the alchemist's daughter. And you have a twin in America.
This is unbelievable.
I also sneaked out of my house that evening, clutching my mother's pendant in my hand.
It's a good use of sneaked. I
Yeah.
like that.
I did just as you asked me to. Did I not, Espella?
Espella, my mum's going to be so angry if she notices I took the pendant.
Oh no!
Don't worry, worry so much. I just really want to ring that bell.
You know, it's just like a general life lesson, okay? Don't lie, okay? If you just told the truth or whatever, you know, like, not that he knew, but even if he gave in and rang the bell, then no one would be around and be like, oh shit, that was awful. I think we all became unconscious because we rang that bell. I did it for my little girl or whatever. Guess we better take that bell down. Good find, Espella.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
No,
really?
instead, let's just make up a lie. If you ring the bell, a truck will hit your mother.
Yeah, basically.
And you will be an orphan. We will actually all die if you ring the bell. Like, what?
That is all of Jesus. Kids.
I want to hear it.
Hey, Athena.
As if 4-year-olds listen. I mean, my mom told me not to put a fork in the microwave, so I definitely put a fork in the microwave.
Yeah.
I did the same thing with an element on the stove where it's like, don't touch, it's hot. And I was like, and my mom was like, ah! And I burnt my hand. Not like too bad, but yeah. Children, why are we so dumb?
I rang the bell against my father's warning, and so Bezella possessed me.
I think the stupidest thing I ever did, my dad was in the hospital or whatever, and they were like disinfecting his wounds. I can't remember, and I guess it's like a clear liquid. I don't know, but I kept pouring water into it. It's like, stop that. I was like, okay. What are you doing, Clay? Nothing. I don't know. I was like 4 or some shit. I vaguely remember this. I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 types of kids. There's the ones that are like, they'll say, yeah, okay, and then they'll keep doing it.
Yeah. No, that was me.
Yeah. And then there's the kids like me where I would not agree. If I was like, no. Stop that. No. And then I keep doing it.
Well, no, because I figured out that if I said no, they'd apprehend me. So I lied and then did it anyway.
You just need to be more slippery and sneaky.
No, it's too much effort. Why would I just take the easiest way? Lying.
Because lying is bad and
of
not
course,
truthful.
the 4-year-old me didn't know that. Anyways.
So Bezella possessed me. Because of me, the town, and everyone in it. They're all gone.
No! It's not your fault! Stop blaming yourself!
Supposedly, the former inhabitants of this area also used to fall unconscious upon hearing the sound of that bell. Perhaps they experienced a similar nightmare.
It was I who brought the Bell of Ruin into this town. The one to blame for this calamity is not some witch, it's me!
I brought destruction upon this town. I am Bezella.
Espella! You're going to drive your dad crazy if you keep repeating that!
Seeing you like this has given me a strong sense of deja vu.
Eve, how can you be so evil? Are you happy now?
I'm afraid we're in the dark as regards to Miss Darklaw's deja vu.
Only 4 people survived the fire.
Only 4?
Espella and Eve, who were in the belfry, and the 2 residents who did not participate in the festival, Newton and I.
And where were you at that time, if you permit my asking? If you'll permit my asking.
We were investigating those fateful ruins. That's why we didn't notice anything until it was too late. Oh, it was getting near the time at which we'd planned to ring the bell, so we headed towards the town. Then, we saw it. The town had been burnt to ashes and the air shimmering from the heat.
That's too awful for words.
We searched for survivors, sick with anxiety. Eventually, we found our daughters in the bell tower.
Aww.
Espella was unresponsive, like a doll. Eve was crying at her side. Our relief at having found them Fade?
Vied?
Vied?
Yeah, like competed. I think
Oh,
the relief of finding
Found them
was
vied
there.
with terror caused by the disaster. The worst night of my life ended, pierced with the first rays of sunshine. But then,
My God. Now I know why they call him the storyteller.
it seemed Aspella was already lost to us. We had lost her to Bezella. She wouldn't speak, eat, or even leave her room. She thought she was Bezella, and that she had destroyed the town, and I couldn't get that out of her head. What she saw from the bell tower must have been so terrifying. But it wasn't shock from what she had seen. My own words had put her in that state. Had I not only told her that stupid story, only not. We had been grasping at straws, trying to find a way to save Aspella's mind. But whatever we did, her eyes would remain impassive and empty. In the end, I came upon a certain idea that offered us a glimpse of hope.
And what was it? The suspense, it's too much for my aging heart.
I believe I may know what it was. It was the only way to get through to little Aspella.
Inquisition? What are you talking about? What was Mr. Cantabella's idea for saving his daughter from insanity?
it's the
God, I wish I
suicide
saved
note.
recently. Yeah, of course. I want to read this again.
I'm pretty sure it was the first story.
No, of course. I just want to read this again because I
Oh.
feel like we're gonna need to present it at some point. And now, it would just be interesting to read it with the new perspective of Eve or
Being-
Darklaw being
Yeah.
Darklaw. No, I thought it might have been an anagram for like Belduke or Newton and stuff, but no. Anyways, yeah, because it would just be interesting to read that suicide note now with the new information that we have. But because it's in our evidence, I assume it's going to come to light at some point. But yeah, definitely the first story. All right, let's hit it. And if it's wrong, then we have a lot of ground to recover.
Yeah.
Have a look.
Have a look.
We discovered this in Aspella's room.
And that is...
It's a handmade picture book. The illustrations and handwriting are truly exquisite.
That's the first story I wrote. I made it for Aspella after that dreadful fire.
Oh, the storyteller's first story.
It was but a simple children's story. The plot was very straightforward. The townsfolk joined forces to banish evil witches who serve Bezella.
Aspella, do you understand now? You aren't Bezella. Bezella is somewhere out there, sending out other witches to do bad things to the people of our town.
Witches, magic, the town perishing in flames. Aspella was mentally broken, and I couldn't get through to her any other way. I talked to her as if magic and witches were real, avoiding any mention of that fire.
Daddy,
Aww.
a witch is real.
Aspella spoke to me for the first time in so many days. I was beyond myself with joy and replied without thinking.
Oh, yes, they are. They're hiding in the town, among the people.
Yes. The situation that was brought upon by lies can be further remedied by only more lies.
But not any kind of lies.
Ah.
Complicated ones to get people so you feel suspicious of everyone. Yes,
Yes.
witches are real and they could be anybody. But-
Even you. No, not you.
Not you, though.
Not you, though.
You're not.
You're not.
But everyone else could be.
But it's just a fairy tale.
I was desperate. I feared she would close herself off to me again. Now, in hindsight, I see what an utter fool I was. I made an irreversible mistake yet again. Oh no.
It's hard to watch. It's like a very slow train wreck.
GD, I understand it was the only thing that worked, but you could have been like, yes, witches are real, but, you know, we drove them off and the town is safe and you are safe. You know, there's There's a lie that you can tell that doesn't make everyone's life awful.
I don't know, man. Like, maybe at that point you seek like professional help.
Maybe a doctor. Maybe. I mean, I understand that you went to management school in London,
Yeah.
not child management. Then there's no
it's
proof.
not. Everything your daddy writes comes true.
But GD, the town is still burnt. And be like, we drove after this big fire. I'm not getting into this argument with you.
No,
it's a silly lie, in my opinion.
The bad witches will get their comeuppance. I will write a story about it.
And so, I wrote another story for my daughter. A story about a mischievous witches getting caught. This time, I had the story acted out in front of a speller.
You had it acted out.
Back then, I wasn't the only one tormenting myself over the mental state of my daughter. Newton was going through hell too. His own daughter had been badly scarred by the event. Isn't that right, Eve?
My father and I repaired a building that had survived the fire and continued to live in this town. Isabella wasn't even able to leave her room. We couldn't leave her behind when she needed all the help she could get. Mr. Cantabella showed us this book one day. Then, he made an unusual request of us.
I'd like to make this story real. Would you be willing to help me do so?
To our surprise, he was entirely serious. Seeing that, we gladly offered our help. A story about evil-doing witches getting caught and punished. And Bazella, the source of them all.
Were you paying attention, Espella? Witches got what they deserved, and peace has been restored to the town.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
I was just gonna say that we just might take a second let you guys get to a nice place and a little break. And I was like, hey, everybody, that's all.
Espella killed everybody at 4 years old.
Yeah.
The storyteller is the worst dad ever.
Yeah.
He's also terrible at lying.
Darklaw is Eve,
Yeah.
but not a cat.
Not a cat, no.
Not a cat.
Just the cat motif.
Just the cat motif.
Right,
And Eve's real name is Eve Belduke?
Yes.
Evil Duke.
No.
Eve Belduke.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eve Belduke, yep.
She's
And Eve was
Belduke's
there.
daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The storyteller thought that the only way to repair her daughter's broken psyche was to basically continue to lie and create further, more elaborate lies.
Oh, yeah,
to the
sorry.
point of like absolute ludicrous.
We forgot the part of it where, because little Espella was like, I want to ring the bell, Daddy, let me ring the bell. And he was like,
She was a good kid, but annoying AF, so I told her a lie, which was, if you ring the bell, Pizzella will possess you.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh. And then she's like, well, maybe if I ring it
Just a little bit.
So then they rung the bell during the fire festival because they're kids and they just wanted to ring it a little bit. And everyone died. And so she's like, I'm Pizzella. And then, so he was like, oh no.
How am I going to fix this? I know, I'll lie again. And so he wrote a story that was like, you're not Bazella. There are other witches out there, and you are not Bazella.
And then she's like, wait, are witches actually real? He's like, yes. And they live in this
witches are real,
town.
and they're hiding in this very town.
And she's like, oh, that makes sense. I guess I'm not Bazella.
Okay. I mean,
Therapy was too crazy an idea.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep, okay. I just mean,
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Oh, the Great Fire, by the way. Exactly what you expected. Bells made of silver. Ring, ring.
Oh, yeah, and everyone passed out.
And
then,
the town.
then burnt on fire. 'Cause
yeah.
it's like leaving a candle lit in your room, your house will burn down.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for that.
Cigarette. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Also,
Uh-huh.
GD thinks that this is not that bad of a lie.
I would hate to see what GD thinks is a bad lie.
I know, right? I know.
The
Well,
bar
like,
is set
again-
quite low here.
Hey, Suzu!
Oh god. No!
Oh, thank frick you're here. Back, Tom. Clay memed away the second to last shield while you were out.
No!
Everyone asked for it. Gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah.
But seriously, okay, so like, my main problem with the storyteller thing is that he lied initially. Was like, oh, you'll be possessed by Bazella.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh god, I've made a terrible mistake by lying to my daughter and
Yes,
created a terrible situation.
Yes.
And then he's like, oh no, what if I lied again?
he basically pulled in his spell and was like, well, what if I lied only a little
Just a little more.
And the best part is that it probably makes you so mad because that's like your thought process and you have to see it in someone else. You're like, no. This should never work. Really, a one-shot class, I don't want to go anywhere. We're just going to do this in order. Hey, thank you, Suzu!
And I'm going to pee.
Hey. Oh my god.
Yeah, GD, clearly the subsequent lie worked out for everybody.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Suzu, thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. I mean, I'm ready for this. I'm up to date.
It wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
When I saw her smile, I felt as something broke inside me. I couldn't afford to let her see sad again. Maybe if Bezella were to exist in this town, Isabella would stop thinking she herself harbored the Great Witch. I continued writing stories about witches, Eve, and I would act them out for Isabella. And gradually, the number of characters in my stories increased. That was, of course, largely due to the ongoing reconstruction of the town.
How much reconstruction?
It wasn't anything on a big scale. I simply paid people to move in and act out their roles. But I began to think that I would need more than that. The story had to be real.
To make a lie seem true, you resorted to even more lies.
Yes. I was certain that was the only way.
I'm sure you did.
How did I do so? I remembered about Newton's research.
He was working on a certain medicine.
It was a kind of tranquilizer, made from local plants that he was testing at the time. But it was difficult to put into practical use. The substance had a danger of causing unconsciousness and hypnosis.
I can see how that could be abused to cause much harm. Supposing it fell into the wrong hands, like the storytellers.
At the same time, it was just what I needed for my ambitious project. I contacted the government, and that was the beginning of what came to be known as Project Labyrinthia.
I really need to see the pitch for that.
Look, government people, could this town...
Think Renaissance Fair, but real. Really real. Lord of the Rings.
And, Mr. Storyteller Man, why do you want to do this?
Well, you see, I told my daughter a lie.
No.
A town with human test subjects, all in a state of long-term hypnosis.
You devised that plan solely for the sake of your daughter.
Yes. We acquired the land which has been laid to waste by the fire. The new town was slowly becoming populated. Gradually, the rules of Labyrinthia were established. It was to be a town where magic and witches were a reality to the residents. All of this was possible thanks to drugs.
The test subjects were exposed to it through the ink you used to pen the story, right?
That's right. It was the dangerous drug developed by Newton. And about 10 years have passed since then. Even now, the town continues to change. And scene.
I have to save it every freaking like little
Oh,
thing
yeah.
now because Chat made me wait my last shield.
Because chat made you waste your last shield.
Right.
Good going, chat.
Project Labyrinthia. And all this was done for one girl.
Isabella was only able to be herself when she lived within my story. Oh, the irony of it. Only within a world in which Bezella was real could Isabella's tragic memories be sealed. All this while, Eve was assisting me.
I was the first shade. As soon as the story began, I disappeared from the scene. If this fellow were to see some magic, then someone had to don this robe.
That's the robe of invisibility.
I gave Isabella new memories so that she could live in this town with everyone else. I also sealed away
Her memory of Eve.
her memory of Eve.
What?
My existence was too strongly connected to the memory of the first fire. Afterwards, I returned as Darklaw, a stranger to Isabella.
But even if you were doing this for Isbella's sake, that's just going too far.
I made that choice. I do not regret the past 10 years. Meanwhile, my father was supporting Labyrinthia from behind the scenes in his own way.
Do you mean his contributions as an alchemist?
My father's knowledge of medicine was indispensable for the town to function. The hallucinogenic ink was my father's work as well.
So it was. Newton and Eve sacrificed more than anyone else for the sake of Isabella and this town. I will be forever indebted to them.
We wanted to save Isabella, just like you.
But then, there's still something I don't understand. Why were you trying to destroy this fake world? In the end, you chose to betray Isabella and Mr. Cantabella.
Oh, but I've told you already, have I not?
It was your revenge against Mr. Cantabella for choosing to end the story, correct? Oh, Judgy.
I wonder whether that was the true reason.
Professor?
Would Miss Belduke really betray them merely because she did not want the story to end?
Yeah, no, I'm totally on Darklaw's side. Darklaw is the truth.
Is the truth.
Finally.
I dare say there was another, considerably more important reason.
She had another reason.
No need to frown in dismay, Mr. Wright. Please leave this to me.
Sit down, know your place.
Well then, let's hear what the Inquisition has to say. What other reason led the witness to betray Mr. Cantabella? Okay, I really think we have to use this now.
Yeah, it feels correct.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I know.
that's Papa Belduke.
I know, he mentioned daughter in the thing.
Oh.
That was all Darklaw. That's why I want to read it again, but we can't.
No.
This letter was Miss Belduke's real motive.
What is this? I think I've seen it before. That's the letter written by Mr. Belduke for Mr. Cantabella. It's also Mr. Belduke's suicide note.
My dear friend, I hope you can forgive me for leaving this world of my own will. What I have done cannot be forgiven. I can never escape from it. Something was tormenting Mr. Belduke. It became too much for him to bear and drove him to suicide.
These past 10 years, I thought Father was glad to be helping Cantabella. But little did I know, he was suffering terrible anguish all that time. Cantabella twisted the lives of so many people for the sake of his daughter. Was the story not but a glorified lie, stripping so many of what little happiness they had? All those years, Father was racked by a crushing sense of guilt.
His agony culminated in the incident of 3 months ago.
Mr. Belduke's death.
I was wondering when they were going to explain this.
I I think this is like dramatized. I don't know. Or that's a robe of invisibility burning.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, cause oh no. Oh yes, it's cool.
Man, how many people must have accidentally walked into that?
Yeah. Ow.
Before Labyrinthia was created, certain things had to be concealed in order to seal Isbella's memories. Had she seen them, she would have remembered. They were simply too dangerous to her. One of them was me. Isbella's friend Eve had to be reborn as a shade and disappear into the forest. The next thing was the bell tower.
I see. Had she seen it, it would have been certain to stir up those traumatic memories. Memories of the legendary fire.
The only way to prevent that was to erase the bell tower from Labyrinthia,
But how can you do that?
using the same method as with this robe.
The robe of invisibility.
In short, we covered the tower with a huge robe.
No way.
Although, it wasn't as easy as it sounds.
It doesn't sound easy.
In other words, the bell tower had been there all this time. Only the townspeople couldn't see it. Is that correct?
Indeed.
I don't know what to say.
At any rate, the situation changed due to that lightning strike 3 months ago, did it not?
It was a most unfortunate accident. The lightning set the bell tower's cover on fire.
Yeah. That is so cool.
That cover was quickly consumed by flames, revealing that abominable bell tower. Abominable.
Helen, did your friend remember before the stream, or because I didn't see it in chat either?
Yeah.
The beginning of all of this, the Bell of Ruin, appeared before us. 'Twas a mockery of our efforts.
And Helen, if you can get them to chat in stream, then we'll see their name. All right.
That tower emerging from the flames. Must have seemed like a sign of divine anger to Mr. Belduke. A sign that no matter how you attempt to conceal your sins, the truth will eventually float up to the surface.
Having realized this, Father chose death.
He was such a kind-hearted man. I didn't have an inkling of what he'd been going through.
To him, the participation of Labyrinthus people within this project was not voluntary. Even though they themselves had signed the contract, I believe he felt those people were being deceived.
Father took his life because of you, Cantabella.
Oof.
Now you know why I did what I did. I lost my father 3 months ago. That day, my revenge began.
Your revenge?
The first step of my plan was to rewrite the story.
What did you say?
As president of Labrellum Inc., all you had to do, had to spend most of your time in London. Over the past few years, you were coming to Labyrinthia only for the parades. So naturally, I knew you'd never notice this if the story was slightly changed.
That explains it. I couldn't help thinking there was something strange going on. Mr. Cantabella is Isbella's father, after all. He wouldn't have made Isbella a witch in his story.
Oh, Isbella was a witch? When did that happen?
How could you have known, after all? Let me fill you in on the details. Isbella has already been tried once within the Witch's Court.
Impossible. Why? How could you? You knew the risk that could carry.
Look at you. What a fine author of that grand story you are. You left all the work in Labyrinthia to me. Meanwhile, you were making millions for yourself in London. What a pathetic excuse for a father. You didn't even notice that your precious little Isbella was in such danger.
Miss Belduke, why would you do that to Isbella?
Do you even need to ask? I did it to unlock her memories.
You mean...
When the legendary fire took place, Isbella was so traumatized that she closed herself off to the world. We were just little girls then. That tragic accident was too much for us to handle. This fictitious town was created as a facade to keep the truth away from a speller. But the weight of all these lies led my father to a suicide. Despite that, the person responsible for all this carried on as if nothing happened. I couldn't forgive him. As Belduke's bereaved daughter, I had to have my revenge against both the Cantabellas. Judge, this is the whole truth. Now you know the true identity of Bezella.
Objection.
Oh. You say this is the whole truth, but is that really the case?
Professor!
What are you going to do about it going on about now? Lilla.
We have been provided with a clear picture of what happened to Espella so long ago. Nevertheless, we haven't yet heard your testimony.
Don't be ridiculous!
This will be the last testimony in this trial. Tell us about the night of the legendary fire. I request that you tell us your story.
Who do you think you are, Inquisitor?
I am merely one of the supporting characters within this tale. However, I am very much interested in the truth. This has been a very long trial, of which this shall be the last interrogation. The court demands that a single other witness of the legendary fire provide us with her testimony.
Very well. I'm going to place donation.
Yo, angriest!
I played this game before, and hiding the tower made sense to me. But now I realized, why didn't they just remove the tower?
It's hard to like number one,
And the
it's really
architecture is
hard to remove a building,
gorgeous.
and it is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a nice looking tower.
It doesn't
a
make
shame.
it doesn't make me mad that it wasn't removed. It doesn't make me
No.
mad. And it also doesn't make me mad that nobody walked into it because you know he writes the stories. It's very like organized and
Stay away from the grassy fields.
Yeah, maybe he just
stay
like
away.
Put a lovely place for a picnic. Sets up blanket on concrete beside the grass.
yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me mad. I'm also a little bit more forgiving of the storyteller because like as much as all the lies were there,
Darklaw did nothing wrong. Darklaw did nothing wrong.
storyteller did it all for like you know the love of his daughter. Like I can okay.
There's only one truth.
Hashtag I'm with her.
Nothing can change that.
The truth about the legendary fire.
Espella wanted to ring the bell no matter what, so we went up to the belfry. The festival celebrations had already started. The mechanism for ringing the bell was at the height even we could reach. The next thing I remember is coming to and running to Espella's side. I was shaking her until she finally opened her eyes. The next moment, we saw that nightmarish view. All strength abandoned us and we didn't know what to do. That was when we were found by my father and Mr. Cantabella.
The bell could only be rung with a special mechanism.
That's right. It was made in such a way that even a child could use it.
Most people put things in a way that children can't use it.
Especially
I
if
took-
they're like, let's
yeah.
make sure no one does this
Yeah.
thing.
I took some ibuprofen and it was made so kids couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I don't know. You had a hard time with that. You really did.
So mad.
It was probably constructed by my father. I suppose he wanted to make it possible for anyone to ring the bell. In light of the events that followed, that was clearly a very foolish decision.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't read that line, but I'm thinking like out of all the things,
I know.
the silver bell that will knock out the entire town.
Well, they didn't know at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't know that the bell would knock
Yeah.
anyone out.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were just
But
like,
they were
what a
just-
lovely bell. Let it be a sign of
the
industry
kids-
for our town.
No, but Belduke and the storyteller did know.
No, they did
No,
not
they
know.
didn't.
Oh, they did not know.
They did
And
not
they
know.
were just sort of like, but we don't want people ringing it just in case, so let's lock it up with these pendant keys that we give to our wives.
Interesting. All interesting.
A mechanism for ringing the bell. I noticed something like that on the pillar when I went by the belfry earlier. I'd better not make a note of it in the court record. Even a child can use it. Oh dear. Fate can certainly be cruel.
I have to agree. If only we'd not discovered those runes. Brought the bell to our town. Or if only we could have deciphered those ancient writings a little earlier. Moreover, if only the groundwater in this area didn't cause the strange condition.
Damn it, storyteller, take responsibility. Unfortunately, Mr. Cantabella, the tragedy occurred. All that remains for us to seek now is to seek out the truth. Not for the sake of vengeance, but for the sake of the future. Mr. Wright.
Yes?
You've been fighting fiercely to uncover the truth. This is the final interrogation. I trust you know what to do.
Leave it to me. To be honest, I have no idea what lies ahead. But whatever it is, there's no question we need to get to the bottom of it. There's got to be a light at the end of this tunnel.
The water is making the frogs sleep!
Yeah, I bet all animals and stuff would fall asleep too.
Oh, yeah.
Isabella wanted to ring the bell no matter what.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks, chat. Thanks, oh chatta.
Hold it!
You needed both pendants to access the belfry, correct?
Isabella asked me to bring my mother's pendant, so I did.
That wasn't the only requirement, however. You also needed to solve a puzzle in order to use the contraption.
I've always been a master puzzle solver. For me, it was child's play, literally.
Literally.
Oh, she looks good. Espella. Oh,
she looks good.
Hello, Espella.
Oh, yes! What is it?
It is the same one.
Wait,
Something's blocking out her memories. Let me try and force the back all, it's the same thing.
no, I was gonna say slide over to Darklaw,
Oh, I see.
but it was too late.
Oh, in
I've
the
got
midst.
no choice now but to trust the professor and
Yeah.
keep going.
Oh, wrong voice.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, boy. Well, I might as well check, oh, crap. You know we gotta do it. Yanny's right.
Hold it!
Create the loop!
Hang on! Mr. Storyteller.
Yeah, same as before. I'm no
Yeah.
longer storyteller.
Boop, boop.
Hang on! Excuse me, Miss Darklaw. Would you like to comment on the testimony you've just heard?
Oh, this is the same too.
Seems like something attracted your attention. Guess whatever I say, she'll just stand there going ... with her eyes closed.
And then she says something, and then Phoenix does it, and then don't you
me. Yes.
Well then, witness, continue testifying.
Okay, we're back on track.
Right. All right. We have to check, though. We have to
Mystery
check.
solved.
Hold it!
Both pendants, child's play literally.
I've always been a
Boom.
master puzzle solver.
She solved it when she was a little girl. What's your excuse, Nick?
Hey, I have different talents.
Ah.
Espella and Eve were best friends at the time. Eve is 2 years older than Espella. She used to be like a big sister to her.
So, the two of you went to the belfry. What happened next?
Don't you ... me, chat.
Festival celebrations.
So, even a little girl could ring the bell.
Yes, easily.
I intended to make it so that the bell would only be rung on special occasions.
Oh yeah, GD. I was legit waiting for Amir to like bust into this trial because
Yeah.
it's just been tradition.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of giving up on him.
Say something, Amir, we've given up on you. Oi! I intend to make it so the bell would only be rung on special occasions.
Damn it, chat.
That's exactly why I put that puzzle in place, to restrict access.
You also divided the key to the belfry into two components, as an extra precaution.
I was careful, but the same cannot be said of Newton, who constructed the mechanism as a whole. He presumably wished to make it so that even our young daughters could use it meaning strength was not a requirement.
And that became his undoing. By the way, how old were the girls at that time?
Isabella was 6 and Eve was 8.
Aw, I see.
Oh no, I have a yawn.
No,
That mechanism was the last thing I saw before falling unconscious.
Why you do that?
And then... the next thing I remember is coming to and running to Isabela's side.
Hold it!
Do you mean that you fell unconscious after the bell was struck?
Yes, I believe so.
Our particular condition causes an instant reaction. The brain probably doesn't even have the time to register the sound before consciousness is lost.
It was almost as if a slice of time had been stolen from my life. When I opened my eyes, I was laying on the floor. I lifted my head and saw Isabella lying nearby. I sprang to my feet and ran to her side.
And what about the situation in town at that time?
I was preoccupied with Isabella, so I didn't notice it to begin with.
At the time, Isabella was still unconscious.
Yes. I panicked a little and took her in my arms, hoping she'd wake up.
Don't show me.
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to handle it.
I was shaking her until she finally opened her eyes. In the next moment, we saw what that nightmarish view.
Hold it!
So, it was you who woke Isabella up, witness.
Yes, it was me. She was out cold, curled up on the floor, until I shook her awake. As soon as she came to, she turned to look at the town, to that nightmarish view stretching out before us.
When you say nightmarish view,
I can find no other words to describe it. We froze in terror at the sight. It took us a while to notice that smoke was creeping up the bell tower too. Our eyes filled up with tears, and we couldn't stop crying, perhaps because of the smoke. The town seemed like a fire dragon's playground. I was trembling with terror, unlike anything I'd known before.
Dear me. Merely imagining how it now raises the hairs on my beard.
All the strength abandoned us, and we didn't know what to do. That was when we were found by my father and Mr. Cantabella.
Hold it!
You didn't leave the belfry until their arrival.
Of course not. We were paralyzed with fear. It was an event so traumatizing it still haunts us. Isabella fainted again when she saw the fire dragon. I was crying and wailing until our fathers found us.
We went into the bell tower as if it was a good vantage point. We weren't expecting to find our daughters there.
of course. Neither suspected that at that point that the disaster had been caused by the Bell of Ruin.
Eve was in tears, sobbing violently. As for Isabella, she was in a daze.
Okay, the real criminals here, though, we gotta go way back, is the ancient civilization. 'Cause
Oh.
they knew that silver knocked them out, and they thought it'd be a good idea to make a giant silver bell.
Yeah.
And then they thought it was a good idea to not destroy the bell, but keep
No,
it.
yeah.
But they're
keep
like,
it.
oh no, this is bad. We better hide it
Yeah.
and leave a warning.
We could melt it down, but it's so nice.
But it's just, we did a really good,
Good
job
job,
making it. Don't you hate that when it's like, man, this is beautiful but terrible?
Oh, beautiful. Oh,
I guess maybe the whole civilization were like insomniacs, and they were like, what if we just made like a really big bell, and everyone went to bed at 10 p.m. every night?
That's a great way to enforce a curfew.
Yeah, right.
And then you're outside at 10 p.m.
Hey.
Oh, on the toilet.
Oh,
God.
no! That's a fear.
Eve was in tears, sobbing, her face frozen in an expression of disbelief. She didn't know what was happening around her.
I cannot say this with certainty, as my memories are a little vague. But I think I was trying to protect her.
Oh, he's shaking his head. Nuh-uh, you weren't. Nuh-uh, you weren't.
Mr. Cantabella?
I remember that well. as if it happened yesterday.
Cantabella!
Would you mind telling us what you saw?
Eve! Espella! Are you alright?
Daddy!
Oh.
Eve! What on earth happened here?
It was Bazella! Bazella the witch!
But Bazella? What are you talking about?
Bazella comes out whenever someone rings the bell, right?
What have you done? You didn't...
Oh, please, Mr. Cantabella, don't be angry at Isabella.
Eve said it was a most serious look on her face. Please, Mr. Gant.
No, go.
I think it's you. It is you.
Please, Mr. Cantabella, don't be angry at her. When she said that, I grasped the situation. I realized what had transpired in Belfry. And I thought to myself, I must protect these children.
Eve. I'm so sorry, Eve. Espella!
Espella, sweetie.
Dad, please forgive me. You've done all of this for me.
Espella, you are with us again.
All of this for me.
Well. At last, it would appear we are one step closer, one step away from the truth.
Professor, you seem to already know what that truth is.
Do I? That remains to be seen. Continue the interrogation and we shall all know soon enough.
Very well. The court agrees with Inquisitor Layton. Witness, continue your testimony.
As you wish.
As you wish.
Espella wanted to ring the bell.
Weird.
I guess we should follow this one through.
Yeah.
Of course not. We were paralyzed with fear. Fire dragon. Vantage point. The daughters. Days. Frozen. Vague. Protect. Maybe not. Perhaps it's just my imagination. At any rate.
Ding? No? Okay.
The only thing I clearly remember is that I couldn't stop crying.
I feel sorry for Eve. She's seen some scary stuff too.
She may not be showing it, but I bet it's painful for her to talk about this.
I cannot say I don't sympathize with Miss Belduke. However, the truth is our utmost priority. It must be exposed, even if it may come as a surprise to the witness herself.
Huh? You think Miss Belduke isn't aware of the truth?
I'm not sure what the professor has in mind, but let's trust him on this one. I'm sure we can unravel this mystery together.
Alrighty, let's do it. Let's do our thing. Grasp the straws. Grasp the truth.
Grasp
What's
that
up
straws.
with you, baby?
It's the Phoenix Way.
It's the Phoenix's way.
So
Nice.
what kind of stuff do we have in our...
Inventory.
Yeah.
Where's the belfry? Festival celebrations had already started. The mechanism for ringing the bell was at a height even we could reach.
Oh, we did get the mechanism now, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Next thing I remember is coming to...
I'm running to Espella's side.
Yeah, okay.
I was shaking until she finally opened her eyes. The next moment, we saw that nightmarish view.
Let's make the band dust. We didn't know what to do. That's when we were found by my father. Okay.
Device for ringing the bell of ruin. Even a child can use it.
No details? No details.
That's cool. You can actually see the dragon there.
Oh, cool. Now,
I think it's the mechanism because it's the thing we just got.
Right?
Oh, my bad. Oh, crap. I didn't want to go that way.
that's okay, because it's just going to go through this, right?
Yeah, I know. Let's keep pressing.
Hold it!
Let's see if we get anything new. Both pendants, Isabella, and mother, so did I. That was the only requirement. Puzzle. Child played literally.
I've always been a master of puzzles. A year older. Belfry.
Hold it!
Even a little girl could ring the bell.
Yes, easily.
Ring the bell regarding special occasions. Puzzle to restrict access. Key. Extra precaution. And that became his undoing. How old were the girls at that time? 6 and 8.
That mechanism was the last thing I saw before falling unconscious. And then... next thing I remember is coming to it, is running to Isabel's side.
Hold it!
I think it had anything to do with like ordering.
Well, we got the question. It wasn't
Yes, I
there
believe
anymore. It's the reaction. Register the sound.
It was almost as if Isabella sprang to my feet and
Ran
ran
to
to
her
her
side.
side. I was preoccupied with Isabella, so I didn't notice it.
That time, Espella was still unconscious.
Panicked a little, took her in my arms, hoping she'd wake up.
I peed a little.
Bam.
Hold it!
Bam. Bam.
So it was you who woke Espella up, witness.
Yes, it was me. She was out cold, curled up on the floor until I shook her awake. As soon as she came to, she turned to look at the town, to that nightmarish view stretching out before us.
Ah.
Ah, Spella.
Hmm.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Espella.
Espella, are you okay? Are you okay, Espella?
Yes, everything is fine.
My apologies for bringing back such terrible or troubling memories. Nevertheless, you must endeavor to face them and overcome the power they hold over you.
Yes, I remember it now.
Layton dropping the real shit.
Hey, Miguel.
The fire dragon. I summoned it because I'm Marcella.
Oh boy. I thought that was like 2 hours ago we solved that.
Yeah.
No, Espella. It was just an illusion.
No, you're wrong, Dad. It wasn't an illusion, it was a fact. If I hadn't rung the bell, none of this would have happened. Marcella is the bringer of disaster, and that's what I've done for our town.
Oh no!
Ack. The accused
The
runs
accusers run away!
Quick, after her!
Just bell tower. Darn it, she's locked herself in.
It's no use. We'll have to break down the door to get in.
Oh, that girl! She's gone and she built Chelton Chunchul milled herself.
That works.
I really appreciate that throwback.
Yes.
That's
yes.
really good.
Yes.
Zibble chal chun chun chum milled. Chunchich milled.
I know.
So close.
Zibble
Zibble chal chun chun chum milled.
Jvil Chal
Chunchich mill.
Stay away from me!
Espella!
Espella, be careful. It's dangerous up there.
Please, Espella, come down.
I'm sorry, everyone. I have no right to be here anymore.
Nick, Espella's going to do something crazy.
I can see that. But what the heck can I do?
Espella, please do not make any hasty decisions.
Mr. Layton,
The truth is close now. Be brave for a little longer.
the truth? As if it wasn't already clear already. If I hadn't rung that bell, everyone would have been fine.
You may be mistaken. You still don't know the whole story.
Huh?
Isn't that right? So, Mr. Wright?
Yeah!
I mean, I'm just standing here, not in the courtroom. Not really my expertise.
I had the same feeling when I was listening to Eve's testimony. I felt something was not right.
Really? I thought that was pretty much it.
The pieces of the puzzle that don't yet fit are themselves the hints to the solution.
No way. You mean Espella didn't ring the bell?
What? Nonsense. Of course she did.
As it stands, it's hard to say for sure that she didn't ring the bell. However, we've got evidence that will clear up any doubts.
Show us this so-called evidence you claim to have, then.
Yeah, I got it right here. 1 second, I was digging my bag.
Digging in
Oh
here.
boy, a lot of stuff in this bag.
Oh, yeah.
Really deep in this bag. Oh, got evidence right here. I know exactly the one I'm looking for. Don't worry.
I think I know what it is. Because she said the last thing she remembered was the mechanism,
Yeah.
which is like,
What do you think proves Isabella didn't ring the bell?
So where'd you land on that one?
I think it's the mechanism because it was the last thing that Darklaw saw was the mechanism. And if Darklaw, I think Darklaw rang the bell because she was the mechanism was the last thing she saw. Because she could have been looking at other things. I don't know.
Yeah, but what difference does that make, though? Is the
Well,
problem.
It makes Bella not Bazella because she didn't ring the bell. Because right now Bella's like, I rung the bell. I'm a horrible person. And it's really not her.
Well, honestly, like, it's all we've got. Unless it's the Vigilante's report.
No one went in the tower, therefore the kids could not have rung the bell. Seems solid to me.
I mean, my defense. I was about to say our defenses are impregnable, and then I realized how many invisible people got by us.
Yeah, right.
A lot. It was a lot.
No visible peoples got past us.
Okay, well, let's just hit it.
Take that!
Oh, thank God.
Espella, can you hear me?
Bella, can you hear me?
Yes!
Where you're standing now is the same spot from where you saw this fire dragon.
Yes! That's
I wonder
right.
if the fire dragon would have worked, because I was thinking that too. That like that's where she woke up and that she wouldn't have been able to
And
see
the
it from anywhere
mechanism
else.
is on the opposite side.
Yeah. So I wonder if either one would have worked.
This firework here is the same. This fretwork here is the same as what I saw that day.
I definitely saw firework as well, like several times with that fretwork.
Baby, I'm a firework. When I look at it now, it seems so small, even adorable. Defense, what does this have to do with anything?
As you will no doubt recall, Mr. Cantabella told us that people who drink the groundwater here suffer from a condition where they fall unconscious the moment they hear the sound of pure silver.
Think she just did it to get her escape right there?
After the bell sounded, you recovered consciousness sooner than Espella. You ran to her side and shook her awake.
Oh,
As soon
you know,
as she opened her eyes, she saw the fire
real
dragon.
quick, before you move anywhere. Oh, it's gone. What's the Quildrill Pokemon?
Cyndaquil?
Sorry?
Cyndaquil?
Cyndaquil. The dragon's neck made almost a perfect Cyndaquil with all the fire and stuff like that.
Let's see. In other words, it was Espella who rang the bell.
If it was.
Oh, if it was Espella rang the bell. That would mean the device for ringing the bell must be very close to the fretwork of the fire dragon. Espella, can you please check that for me? See if the contraption is located near the dragon fretwork.
Okay, give me a minute. Mr. Wright!
Espella, did you find it?
I don't know if it's the right thing, but there's something on the other side of the belfry. A contraption with a handle. What? On the other side?
That's right. I figured there was something weird when we went up to the bell tower. I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
No. No way.
You see where I'm going with this, don't you, Miss Belduke? If it was Espella who rang the bell, there's no way she could have seen the fire dragon when she woke up.
Oh, no! No, this can't be right.
An excellent deduction, Mr. Wright. Miss Darklaw. It seems that everything is now clear as day.
What? What do you mean?
Why, of course. I mean the answer to the question of who rang the bell.
It was her. It had to be.
What do you say, Mr. Wright?
It looks like we've arrived at the same conclusion. We now know that only one person could have done it.
Wait, what are you going to say it out loud? Wait, what good will saying it out loud do?
Is there a problem, Mr. Cantabella? It wasn't your daughter who rang that bell. Should that not lift some burden off your shoulders? Are you not curious to know the name of the true culprit who has pinned the blame on your daughter all this while?
How about you stop taunting us? Just say the name already.
Oh crap, they're gonna make me do it.
Who is this true culprit?
Let's do it, Professor.
Oh my god.
Are you ready?
Are you?
Yes, Mr. Wright. 1 second. I just need to grab my contact lenses out of my bag.
Yep.
Yep. I need to be able to see. See exactly what.
Must see they.
See what's going on. Yep.
Fantastic.
1 second. I'll be right there, Mr. Wright. Okay, great.
Okay.
I'm all ready now. Contacts in.
I'm ready as well.
I am always ready, Mr. Wright. It's time to set things straight. The person who rang this bell.
I'm actually thinking it might be Eve.
The human?
No, the cat.
Oh.
Because the cat really exists, right? Like, we weren't hallucinating a cat, were we?
No.
But was the cat even there that day?
Yeah, was with her at the time of the incident.
Yeah.
But we learned that was a fake, and the fake, the cat was actually a girl, and the girl's name was Eve, and the Eve's name was Darklaw.
Yeah, but what about the cat? The cat was real. Everyone saw the cat. Friggin' Luke talked to the cat. Where's Luke, by the way?
Wait, where is Luke, by the way?
Okay, he should have shown up a long time ago.
You know what? There's no shields. There's no shields.
There's no shields.
And also, they're talking about this incident, modern day incident.
I mean... Oh. You think it's gonna hurt?
Okay, let's all vote.
I vote for Eve.
I vote for the cat.
I vote for ambiguous Eve.
Shut up.
Wait.
So it could.
Oh, you would. Gross.
Are you gonna meme it?
It's not meming if we all pick it.
Meme it.
I feel bad pinning this on Darklaw, but okay, I'll do it.
What? No, meme it with the cat. Aren't you gonna meme it with the cat?
You sure?
Was your vote there? Are you placing a solid vote on the cat?
No, because
okay,
it's
well,
silly.
then we're going Darklaw.
All right, Darklaw it is. Double point!
It's you, Eve Belduke.
Why didn't you meme it?
Because you said no.
But you.
I legit thought it might have been the cat.
I legit thought.
I just thought that'd be the perfect solution to it.
Would've been.
The kids
Everyone
were
got
the kids were off
off.
the thing,
Yeah.
and then the cat was just like.
I was with you. I was like, hey, that solves
That
a
would
lot
have
of
been
these
like the
problems.
textbook, like, oh, well, looks like everything's all
Everything
cleared
is
up
great
here.
and happy,
No one's at fault. Hundreds of people burned, but
Yes.
what are you gonna do?
And it was just, everyone assumes the cats are evil, and they are. Now we know.
Me? But
There were only 2 of you in the belfry at the time. You know that better than anyone.
And as it wasn't Isabella who rang the bell, it had to be you.
that's preposterous. That can't be true.
It was an extremely traumatizing event for both of you and Isabella.
Oh my god.
Your friend's memories were altered from the shock without her even realizing it.
No.
She believed she was a witch who rang the bell and summoned a dragon, which incinerated the town. However, Miss Belduke, Isabella wasn't the only one whose memories were warped by the horrors you two witnessed. You were affected as well.
No. It wasn't me. Isabella, she rang the bell. It was her, not me. But why?
Oh.
What are these flashbacks? I've never had these before.
Blow, please.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
You even a
What's the
child?
matter? I don't want to do this now. We'll be taken over by Bizella. Bizella is just a fairy tale. And you're the one who said you wanted to come and ring the bell. I did, but I changed my mind.
Oh.
After coming all this way? Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
Call of
I
the
don't
Abyss.
blame her.
hmm?
the Call of the Abyss is so strong right now.
Oh. Oh, man, that's a dangerous position for her to be in when she
Super
falls
dangerous.
unconscious.
Isabella! Isabella!
Here's something I hope they answer.
Yeah.
That nightmare was too much for two young girls to take in.
Who made the mural underneath the library then? Of the fire dragon burning the town.
Oh.
That's what I want to know.
Someone.
Right?
They did it to keep the lie going.
I guess.
They went pretty all out for the lie.
Your young minds needed to protect themselves. That's why you subconsciously repressed those memories.
Then, if that's true, for the past 10 years, I've been pinning the blame for what I've done on Isabella. It can't be. It can't be true. It's impossible!
Oh, damn it.
Darkle's just disappeared.
She's donned the invisibility robe.
High Inquisitor Darklaw, she's run away.
What did you hear that? It was her that once destroyed this town.
Our lives have already been messed up so much. We don't need this now.
You gotta pay for what you did, capture her.
Oh, come on, guys. Let's just settle down
You gotta
here.
pay. Let's burn her. This is burn her.
Nick, look at the bell tower. Isabella's gone.
No.
Oh
No, stop.
It's okay.
Stop.
It's okay. She's an anime protag. This
Yeah.
is just normal stuff for anime protags.
Don't blame Eve.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It really doesn't matter anymore who rang the accursed bell.
I feel like we would hear you just as well
From the
from
ground.
the belfry.
This town was all created for me. It's my fault you've all been used and suffered so much.
Spella, what are you saying? Please, come down right now. You haven't done anything wrong. It was all my fault.
Dad, I know that you did this for me. You've been so kind to me. And what did I do? I selfishly ran away from home.
Spella.
I will finish your story for you. The evil witch will be gone forever, and everyone will live happily ever after. Dad, thank you for everything you've done for me.
What are you doing?
This isn't happening on Layton's watch, I'll tell you that much.
There's a trapdoor. Don't you dare.
Wait! Don't do it, Spella!
Oh, there's Luke.
No.
What a good girl.
What are you? Isn't that Darklaw? But why, Eve? Why would you? I finally remembered everything I've done.
You're not the only one who remembered. You still have the pendant.
Yes, of course. That's because somehow I always knew it was important to me.
Isabella.
You kept your pendant as well, didn't you, Eve?
For some reason, I just couldn't let it go.
Aww.
Isabella! Miss Darklaw!
Quick! They'll fall if we don't do something!
Let's go. We have to save them.
No, you won't make it there in time.
It's your daughter.
The wooden handrail Eve's holding onto is rotted through. We need some sort of magic to save them.
No way!
Oh, Layton's got a plan. Don't worry. Here he comes.
Magic, you say?
Got an idea, Professor?
A bit of magic is all that's needed to save these two young ladies. Then perhaps that is something I can arrange.
Oh my god. What a friggin' champion.
What? You can?
Oh, Layton not looking so confident right now.
Yeah.
You have to let go! Otherwise you'll fall too!
Oh, Layton!
Professor?
Did he just
The power of punch compels you!
Ah! What's going on here? Anyone?
Professor? You're a sorcerer!
No, Miss Faye. We have already established that magic doesn't exist, even in this town. But then,
how did you just do that?
what you have just seen was the last and greatest illusion within Labyrinthia.
Huh? An illusion?
Magic is but an illusion, and this illusion has been produced through the power of suggestion and Labralum's medication. Everyone in Labyrinthia has been under this particular magic spell. Now then, shall we break the spell?
Magic is the last mystery to be solved.
You've seen through all of my tricks, Layton.
I wouldn't have done it without the vital hint you gave me when we spoke in your tower.
The final spell is concealed at the start.
Okay, so what does that mean?
As you know, all spells are listed within this book.
Right, the Grand Grimoire.
Now, what did Mr. Cantabella mean by the start?
The front cover?
No. Oh, precisely, Mr. Wright. The final spell shall dispel the illusion. The correct incantation is hidden on the front cover itself.
Well then, Mr. Wright. This is the final puzzle. Soon, a new day will begin for the townspeople. Let us put an end to this illusion. Once and for all.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! Final boss!
How many picarettes?
70 picarettes.
Definitely 80.
90 picarettes.
I think I really hope that the professor just pointed for like
Dramatic
effect.
purposes.
I really hope that the point served no purpose and he just killed it.
He just knew it was
The
gonna happen.
final spell.
Okay.
Hidden on the cover of the Grand Grimoire are characters that spell out the true magical incantation. Select the characters on the touchscreen and slide them over their counterparts on the tome's cover to make them vanish. The grand finale approaches. Remove the extra magical characters from the Grand Grimoire's cover to reveal the hidden incantation.
Oh my god, it literally says send nudes. I'm not super joking either. I'm only half joking. Only half joking. Top left, the top left quadrant, SE, and on the side, D. Oh no, D. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's all there.
I think you're just seeing what you want to see.
Yeah, I do.
Try to match each character with its counterpart in the upper screen. Be careful, the symbols come in all shapes and sizes, making them quite difficult to spot. Find all the hidden characters on the upper screen to unveil the hidden incantation.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna play this donation.
Yo!
This is for when the town was on fire.
Yo, new Chris M, what's up?
Lamal, that town is lit, fam.
Hey, what's up? Can you resize? Oh, no resize. Okay.
And you got that S with the dot, too.
Yeah. S.7.
S-E.
I'm saying Renegaders knows.
Oh,
Jared.
To your right more.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Where's that other one with the dot?
It's bottom right quadrant.
Yeah, right. It kind of looks like that, but it kind of doesn't at the same time. No, that's this one.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, I see it. It's hidden. Okay, if you want the far right one on the bottom screen is also the far right, top right of the bottom right quadrant. It's hidden in a different color.
Far right. Oh, I see it.
I was like, I think that was the Foxy Trixie one.
Probably.
Is that, that T, yeah. And then
Was
the
it
thing
the
that looks
Atlanta
like a
Falcons?
Q.
Oh, yeah, baby.
The dot might be hidden. The second dot might be hidden somewhere. We'll remove some of these. I see this one.
And the Q looking thing is right there too. It's just upside down, yeah.
And Lasto Mundo.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. No.
Nope.
It's the top right.
there.
Oh no, it's the top right quadrant.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Well. Alright, maybe it didn't say send nudes.
Together.
Maybe it didn't.
Oh! Every puzzle has an answer.
That's cool.
Yay! They even put it in each of our ears.
3,600! Love that we land on even numbers. It makes me feel good. Is it dawn?
The sun is rising, and when it does, its light will reveal the truth behind Labyrinthia's mysteries.
You were just buying time, Professor.
Yes. Shall we, Mr. Wright?
Oh, get ready to yell something. Also,
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Ah, that's fun. Telende.
What?
If Luke is freaking manning that machine, I swear to God.
Wow.
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 Oh, wow.
Why so many cranes?
Because it just makes everything work. All the magic.
So this is the real magic behind Labyrinthia.
Excellent work, my boy.
Wait, didn't we see Luke in the freaking first cutscene, though? I guess he could have made it there in time, though.
Wait.
Catch with that crane, though. Like, that's a hard... Because you have to, like, swoop... Like,
Oh
wait
my
for
God,
the fall
right
and
time.
then close it. Like, that's impressive.
And you gotta go with them. You don't want the momentum to hurt them either.
Yeah.
He was so gentle.
What a good boy, though.
What a good Bab, apparently. Yeah, Luke has some talent.
He's just playing crane games all the time.
Sure.
An expert. Damn, that's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Hang on a second. The town's full of machinery?
So much for magic. It was all done with these machines.
That's right. With
He
magic,
chuckles to himself.
Witches can fly, buildings can disappear. Those are no easy feats to stage. To make all those incredible things real, we needed a great deal of machinery.
Couldn't he have just, I don't know, made the magic a bit simpler?
Liars?
Preposterous. He just leaves.
Would say the incantation, and shades would stop time with their silver bells.
and they'd go wild with these machines, making all sorts of crazy stuff happen. That's so cool. I'd love to try it.
I took a quick crash course before operating the machines. Not bad, hey?
Yes, Luke. What would we do without you?
Oh, Luke.
So when's my turn? I want to pick something up off the ground and make it fly through the air.
I wish you'd stop looking at me when you say that, Maya.
Well, in any case, I think we should head back to the courthouse.
Right you are, Professor. The judge might have fallen asleep waiting for us.
That's funny.
The judge missed all that?
Yeah, apparently.
I'm gonna play this real quick.
The sun has risen above Labyrinthia.
Thanks, Bada Bro.
Has shown us our town's true form.
Oh my god, Luke was a witch all along. He teleported to the crane.
Wow.
And that totally means, unless it was like a signal for him, but that means that Layton's point was like legit for show, which is kind of fun.
Maybe he was like, them! Save them, Luke. I don't trust you to not know what I mean when I said save the two girls. Them.
Well, I really don't think there's any need for a verdict anymore.
No, declare her innocent. It'll be symbolic.
The witches on trial weren't witches after all. I am deeply relieved that those I have sentenced are still alive and well. At last, I can step down from this seat with a clear conscience.
Oh, happy ending for Judge.
Yeah.
You got it, GG.
And now, the final verdict in the last witches' court session ever to be held.
Yay, he's gonna do it. Hit it, Gumshoe.
Yay!
Oh, here goes, there's some confetti. Oh, just throwing it.
Oh,
How did I
flower
get in
petals.
this world? This is fantastic.
Also, you're not a real judge, so none of your verdicts matter.
Oh.
No.
You just believe you're a judge.
I'm not even a real judge.
I'm very grateful for all the help, Professor.
The feeling is mutual, Mr. Wright. A gentleman always fights for the truth. I could not have done otherwise.
Oh, wow, Judge, hi! I'd like to congratulate the two of you. You both did splendidly in court.
Oh, it's the judge.
You've brought to light the truth about this town. Although, I still find it astonishing that we could not see all of this. I really hope that he is actually the judge from like Ace Attorney.
Oh my
and they just
God,
like
yes.
casually kidnapped him because they needed a judge to do the witch
Oh,
trials.
wow.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would
Because
be.
we were in the UK, so we don't know what the real judge was up to in Japanifornia.
No,
well,
we
the
don't.
judge could have come with us.
He could have.
For this court thing.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well,
but-
the court, I don't know, court thing.
I cannot even begin to imagine how it was achieved.
You were all given very simple instruction when you were hypnotized. You cannot see pure black. That was sufficient.
Oh.
But what about the cat?
Damn, this is some this is some bunny girl shit here.
And that's why the invisibility robes were invisible, because they were pure black.
Yeah, they were pure black, exactly. And that's why the shades could see them, because they weren't hypnotized.
I'm gonna play
They
this.
weren't hypnotized. No, they.
Hey,
it's the Megasi!
Drinks are on me.
Oh damn!
It's a party.
It's a party, Mr. Mega Hoss.
But I guess the cat isn't like pure black. Like they're like a lighter shade of black, slightly, no matter like how like pure black they are.
Yeah, and chroma keyed the town, Suzu says.
Chroma
That's
keyed the
really
town.
funny. That's really
Cheers,
funny.
thank you, Mr. Megos.
And Stream Bust Dead, say the color that you wish you could not see.
Never see.
That was shiny. I had something else. Oh yeah, that was probably the title of the storyteller's story. You cannot see pure black.
No, yeah,
The world that could not see pure black.
But I do have to say on all this point going around right now, people would pay top dollar to be in such an immersive world like this.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, now I see. These strange contraptions are made from some sort of black metal.
Wait just a second. There are plenty of black objects all over Labyrinthia, aren't there?
Not Vanta Black.
Yeah, right. My hair's charcoal black too.
Ah, but it's not pure black.
What?
What we often perceive as the color black is in fact far from being pure black. Our brains interpret reflections of light as colors. Objects which reflect even the smallest amount of light are not pure black.
Pure black is only encountered within nature as darkness.
Darkness, sir?
The machines used in Labyrinthia are coated in a special material developed by Labrellum Inc. It absorbs light without reflecting any. It is the only material that can be said to be pure black.
Actually, Vanta Black.
So we
Vanta
did kind of
Black.
rely on space magic a little bit.
A little bit of space magic. Though Vanta Black exists. It's like
Yeah.
99.99% of all light is absorbed.
But not
There's
100%.
also a consumer version that you can buy.
Yeah, you can. I want to do it. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, but I want to buy it.
I know, right?
Just
to paint something.
Something. Oh, I bet this invisibility robe is also made of that same material, right?
That's correct, and of course, the bell tower was concealed using the very same material as well.
When you think about it, this town abounds in all things invisible.
Huh.
Miss Darklaw, or should I say Miss Belduke,
Yes?
for 10 long years, your memories have been suppressed.
The truth about what occurred on the belfry was invisible to me, you mean?
Mr. Cantabella and your father knew it all along. They knew who actually rang the bell.
What?
Oh, God.
Did they really? Is that true, Cantabella?
As we have demonstrated, it was easy to deduce from the situation in the belfry.
But if he knew all along, why didn't he say something?
It was, of course, for your own good.
Oh my god. I was waiting for this moment.
You were trying to pin the blame for that disaster on Aspella.
Yes, I was. But if you knew that, why didn't you keep quiet about it? If you'd only scolded me back then for lying, maybe Aspella wouldn't have suffered such trauma.
I am the storyteller. I solve all my problems with lies. It seemed fitting.
Aww.
It was your eyes, Eve.
Your eyes, my lies.
They could not realize there were
What?
other options. Your eyes weren't those of a liar. You believed in what you said. You truly thought it was Aspella. What you saw was too much for you to bear. Your mind blocked out the real memory of what happened in order to maintain your own sanity. Had I called you a liar then,
You would probably have suffered a mental breakdown. Mr. Cantabella and your father created this town. You were mistaken in thinking it was purely for Aspella's sake. It was also for you, Miss Belduke. Remember what your father wrote in his suicide note.
I have only two concerns. The first is my daughter. It pains me to be leaving her alone in this world, although she probably doesn't think of me as her father.
I had an argument with my father once. He was always thinking only about the town and paid no attention to me.
so you moved out and broke off contact with him. But you were wrong about your father. Not a single day passed without him thinking about you. He helped to make the story I was weaving a reality for your sake.
I've I've been so ignorant. I was so convinced Father was driven to suicide by you.
Your father couldn't bear the sense of guilt he had accumulated over the past 10 years. Even though he killed himself in the end, I believe you were always the most important person to him.
Do you think Jean is just in the prison right now, unaware of basically
this.
everything?
All of it.
I guess so, eh?
Yeah, I'm still
Poor-
thinking
poor
of the
Jean.
notes about her.
I don't know about that.
She was like, "Oh my God, he loved me like a father."
Well, no, because I think the suicide note mentioned 2 girls. Because I think it was daughter and Jean. I think Jean's legit just in the prison right now.
Eve? Espella. Espella, what I did to you is unforgivable. I rewrote your story, putting you through all this. I can't believe I went to such an extreme because of one wrong assumption.
No, it's okay, Eve. I wasn't angry.
You weren't?
You've always been on my side, protecting me. And even today, you saved my life.
Espella.
I also owe you an apology. After all, I forgot about my dearest friend. I'm so sorry, Eve.
I forgot about my dearest friend. Eve picks up cat and walks away.
I'm so sorry, Eve.
Oh, God.
Your cat's called Eve.
You know what I've just noticed? You two are very much alike. You and Eve the cat.
What? It's all in your head.
When your cat is named after you. Could you imagine if Ash was named Tom?
Oh, no, I hate that so much.
confusing that
I'd hate
would
it.
be.
Tom, no!
Tom down.
Shut up, Tom!
And then,
Not you, Ash.
I know, and the
Not
whole
you,
time
kitty.
the cat is like, meow.
Aww.
It looks like
Meow.
Eve has taken a liking to the other Eve.
You've got that right, and the similarity is really striking.
Oh dear.
Aww.
My accidental guests, Professor Layton and Mr. Wright.
Yeah, we haven't solved
I
the
know.
whole... Yeah.
I was thinking it. Give it a moment.
Yes? I must say, I am indebted to you.
Don't mention it.
You know, when I started planning my revenge 3 months ago, Mr. Layton was a part of my plans. I needed to lure him to Labyrinthia.
Oh, spicy.
Oh my God, though. Sorry.
You were famous in London, and word of your skills reached me even here. What's more, you specialize in mysteries. So I thought that if you came to this town, you'd feel compelled to solve ours.
Well, I am honored.
And I
That's
did.
cool. And what about me?
Well, about you. How should I put it?
So accident.
Your arrival here was purely accidental.
Or was it accidenty?
Oh my gosh! Chat, do you see what this guy, the mad lad, did? Okay.
You mean it wasn't planned?
Oh Yeah. That's an accident. It's kind of
Yes,
like
Phoenix, you're an accident.
all of our
That
births.
incident on the freighter.
Me too.
As a consequence, I had no choice but to bring you here.
I see. I shouldn't have asked. My fragile pride has suffered yet another blow.
I like the
I love
voice.
the Phoenix Chronicles.
Yeah.
My fragile pride has suffered yet another blow.
Yeah.
Yet I continue on my trench, forever being the clown.
Every day a little more difficult than the next.
Nick, you can't escape your fate. You're doomed to always find trouble if it doesn't find you first.
How about some words of sympathy for a change?
Oh,
F the fragile pride.
you did good, Nick.
I am terribly sorry. The only thing on my mind the last 3 months was revenge.
Been there, you know.
Whatever your intentions were, the last witch trial has ended in the best possible way for this town. You were correct in your judgment. You always are.
You're too kind to me.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Eve, for opening my eyes.
Sorry to break up this little happy ending, but I've sort of got an important question. Why were you going to end the story?
Contract was up.
Only Newton knew the real reason. I am suffering from an incurable illness.
Oh no.
What?
Dad, you're ill. Is it serious?
It is a rare disease with no known cure.
Why didn't you tell me? Had I known...
I wanted this to be my secret. I suppose that was a bad decision on my part.
Poor guy, can't catch a break.
I thought I'd finish the story before I died and lay the foundations for a new world. Honestly, I was desperate. I didn't much care about Labyrinthia anymore.
Dad, why did it have to happen to you? Especially now that we're finally back together.
Cheer up, Espella.
How can I?
Labrellum's new drug development center contacted me a short while ago. They have succeeded in creating a new medicine, thanks to Belduke's research. It's a top-secret wonder drug for my illness.
I'm dying.
At least they were unapologetic about it. Okay,
And they called it a top secret wonder drug.
for
Specifically my illness.
I know. I don't feel like I feel like you shouldn't have started with incurable illness.
It is incurable, and I don't care much for this anymore. By the way, we found a cure, so it is super curable.
Yeah.
It's top secretly curable.
I don't know why they needed to do this.
Why did they do this?
I kind of like. Well, I'm gonna play it through,
of course.
but
of
I kind
course.
of feel like it would have been, you know, a little more powerful for him to just be like, you know, that's kind of why I did this.
Yeah, of course.
I'm dying.
Or don't introduce I'm dying if you don't want that to be the end.
Yeah, like I wonder, like, because this little thing that's happening here kind of feels like an afterthought, like change.
Oh.
Like I don't think that this was the original story, and maybe for like rating sake, they had to fluff it up a little bit.
A wonder drug.
Newton had been working on finding a cure for my illness until the very end. It would seem
A cop-out, yeah.
that the cure was his final gift to me.
My father.
Newton was the truest friend I ever had. I'm going to undergo surgery. Do not fear.
I shall return.
What?
If they can come with you now.
So stop making that sad face, Espella.
He's trying.
Dad, will everything be back to how it once was?
Well,
of course it will.
And Eve, will you still be my friend?
Oh, okay. Thumbs up from Cat.
Fades out. Don't you forget about
Eve. Eve went on to become the high prosecutor. Oh.
Well, of course.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Aww.
But, oh yeah.
I'm going to drop by Mr. Clare's bakery. I've got so much to tell her. Do you mind if I go, Dad? It won't take long.
Of course not. I'm just suffering from an incurable, curable disease. Please go.
In which a medication exists, but I'm having surgery.
I know.
Which is fine.
It's fine.
It looks like Eve wants to come too. What?
Who are we talking about?
You meant the cat.
Right? I know.
Meow.
Spella, mind if we tag along?
Not at all. You're all welcome to come.
Awesome. Maybe we'll get to try some tasty baked bread out of this.
I thought we were going there for a different reason. Well, anyway, I'll be off then, Professor.
Pass on my regards to Mrs. Eclair, Luke.
Meanwhile, like, Phoenix and Maya literally have, like, permanent kind of damage from these altered memories of being bakers for 5 years. Really good at baking bread now, though.
Yo, so good. No, it's a little dry.
Oh, it is a little dry. They're okay at it. So, what's gonna happen to the town?
I've released everyone from hypnosis. They will soon recover their memories of the lives from before Labyrinthia. As of today, Project Labyrinthia is over.
I see.
They are free to leave if they wish to do so. I imagine they'll make a run for it. This place will turn into an uninhabited ruins, just like it was 10 years ago.
I have some doubts about that.
Oh, good old Judgy coming in here. Oh my god, look at him. He's glorious.
Your Honor!
I now understand that this town is an artificial creation of yours. Nonetheless, to us Labyrinthians, the past 10 years were real.
Give us the drugs again.
Yet tell how this town will change. However, it is possible that some people will want to stay. Who knows? Perhaps you will find yourself creating a new town along with them.
A new town, you say?
I am no longer the judge, but if possible, I would like to remain here.
Aw, what a good boy.
You have my gratitude, Your Honor.
You need not address me as Your Honor anymore, Sir Storyteller.
Sensible chuckle.
And so, the last witch trial has drawn to a close.
It's pretty damn cool, yo. And don't anybody forget that we are playing Corpse Party, I guess. Would that be starting tomorrow then?
Yeah.
What did Mr. Wright, Mr. Layton, and my father talk about? That I do not know. But Dad made a promise to me. Once everyone recovers their memories and he is cured of his illness, he will return to write a new story with everyone's help. This time,
I love Music Box.
the story will be real without any lies or illusions.
Prof. Layton, VAA2 hype.
Huh?
That's still a feat of engineering, magic or
Oh
not.
my god, it's incredible. Maya, you mad lad! Oh, those two kids, they're so wonderful.
I can now hear the silver bell. It is wonderful.
Oh, look at his
Wow, Espella grew
Whoa, well, that's
up.
not Maya up there. Is it Darklaw?
In a new beginning for the town.
Thank you, Eve.
Oh, it is her. Oh, look
She
at
had
her.
a head-
Wait, was she talking to her or the cat? To the very end.
Wife.
Okay then.
Wife.
Whenever you are ready, Mr. Barnum.
Oh!
What?
It's your boy!
Oh
Look at him! Oh, he's got the
Steal your girl!
Wait, where's Constantine? Did you see Constantine?
Yeah, Constantine was on
Okay,
the hood.
okay, he was. Oh, no.
You know what?
So much for everything.
Oh, look at
Okay.
him here.
Hey.
You take care now.
Okay.
Mr. Cantabella, bye.
God damn.
Be sure to visit us again.
You can bet on it!
You have the
I
best
wish
drugs.
all of you the very best.
Aww.
Look at how cool Barnum is. The only
I know.
reason he is there. Two
I
reasons.
knew I could count on
okay.
you to stand your
Oh my
ground.
god, Constantine, you mad lad! You're such a badass!
I always believed in you, Professor.
Oh.
And I know it's why we managed to get to the mysterious truth behind this
Now,
town.
Kith.
Now, Keith.
When we get back to England, we'll drop by and see you, Luke.
Great! I'll
Aw.
show you around London.
She intensifies.
Luke doesn't know how to handshake.
He's so cool.
He's so cool.
Every gentleman does.
I like to imagine he goes back to London. He takes his motorcycle out of storage,
Oh yeah.
and him and Constantine just go on
Oh,
adventures.
absolutely.
I'd play that game.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that!
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It was
Well, they
made by
had a
Cutter.
gold statue of.
Yeah, but
of
in
Layton.
case it was Phoenix in that room, like, no, we'll get one prepared just in case.
You know what's funny? I wonder if that little end scene where Eve is like, "Oh, Phoenix, your being here was an accident." I wonder if that's because like this whole story was originally a Layton game, and then they just like rewrote it into a collaboration, and they were like, "Well, we can just like incorporate Phoenix here."
Yeah.
And that was like a little slight from the writer, just being like, "That's how it happened." Because it definitely feels more like a Layton game than a Phoenix game. Oh,
He
look
found
at
his
that.
place on the farm, and Amir's there.
No.
I would like to have Amir's in every photo. Just
yeah.
I know. I just love the storyteller sitting with some goats or maybe a rabbit and a steak, thinking about his next meal, which will undoubtedly be
good.
spaghetti.
Oh,
what a good girl Kira is.
oh, and look at.
Do you think
the-
Naylor's still after Jean?
Absolutely. Look at her.
Goodness. Is that a love letter, you think?
Absolutely. It was flowers for sure. Oh, there.
Yeah. Mugs and jugs.
Starting a children fighting ring in the bar.
Yeah. No, I think she's the Great Witch, though. She's got the mask
she
and the
does,
claw,
yeah.
and he's a knight. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's just beating him up.
I
Just
know.
Slaps. It's like me and my older sister when we were young. Just,
Of
Oh,
course.
I forgot about
my,
it.
oh, the
my
judge.
goodness.
Of course, the judge is there singing karaoke using his his mallet.
Oh my god, yeah,
Gavel.
they got the lights and stuff.
Oh, look at the guy's t-shirts. They have her footprint on the back. That's amazing.
Yes.
They're shaky.
Yes.
Shaky's got an IV now. Is he okay?
No.
Aww.
I was like, who the frick is that? It's the storyteller. He just looks a lot different without his.
Oh, wow.
Barnum coming in with that bread.
Yeah. Oh, and Constantine. That's Constantine messing up his bread.
Oh, it is. Look at him.
So good. Foxy, a professional dancer. Oh, yeah.
And that was the new story that the storyteller wrote with everyone.
Yeah.
With no lies or illusions.
But yo, if you could make me like really popular in the town, that'd be great.
Yeah. You can write that in real quick.
I feel like I've just finished reading a really long story.
Indeed, Luke. I know what you mean. It certainly was an enthralling adventure.
I wonder how Espella and the others back in Labyrinthia are getting on. I'd love to go back and see them. Although, I'd rather not have to be sucked into a book to get there.
Perhaps we should ask Carmine to come along with us.
What?
No. I believe he recovered from all of his injuries. He was a bit put out when he found out you'd already solved all the town's secrets, Professor.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, we mustn't forget that we didn't solve them all by ourselves. We couldn't have done it without the help of our friends across the Atlantic.
I wonder what they're doing right now. Battling away in a courtroom somewhere?
I'd wager they may well be, Luke. At any rate, we must make our own preparations. There's a brand new case that requires our attention, and that means a brand new set of puzzles to be solved, my boy.
My boy.
Hold it! Got your tongue? Or are you still in a holiday kind of mood? Perhaps your mind is as clouded as the English sky.
Any hints, Maya?
Not really.
Oh,
If only
man.
the professor were here. I think at this point you've got to use that patented spell of yours, Nick.
Expelliarmus.
Hello, Earth to Nick. Just when we think it's all over, you always use it to turn the tables.
Ah, got it. I just have to close my eyes and say the magic word. Luckily, I don't need a witch's scepter for this one.
What? Do it.
Save the chit-chat for later, right? I've almost missed that utterly annoying spell of yours. Fine, let's hear it then.
Oh my god!
Just take a deep breath and give it all you've got.
You ready?
Well, here goes.
Objection! God, it feels good. I loved seeing Edgy in 3D.
Yeah.
That was so freaking cool.
That's so much fun. Oh
I think
my
this is
God.
clapping. No, that's not
that
clapping.
was not clapping. You've ruined everything.
It's called Sound Idea, and I forgot to name it.
Yes.
I thought I had clapping on here.
I'm pretty sure you do. I feel like you've clapped for us before.
I think I got rid of it.
Oh, why? Is there nothing we do worth clapping about?
No, oh no,
Why
I
would you-
used a YouTube video for clapping. That's why.
Oh, I see. That was a really good game.
So
That was awesome.
Oh yeah, it was a fantastic game. So I do want to do the after chapters.
Yeah.
The original trailer of this game barely resembles the game we ended up with. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But I think like I know it's a little odd, but we're gonna wrap this little story up. We're gonna do corpse party throughout Halloween and whatnot.
My only question would be is that do we know how many hidden chapters there are and or time?
I think someone said it would take about 3 streams.
Okay, because that would bring us to what? What day is today? Today's
the 25th.
25th, which is Wednesday.
Which would take us to Sunday, which is the end of the week, which means
Right,
we'd have
which
to start next.
Which would be course party starting on a fresh day.
But also,
yeah,
that is
after Halloween.
That is
Oh,
Tuesday is the 30th, so we'd get 2 days of Halloween, and then the rest of the spoopy game would be done in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will start course party tomorrow. I think that's the
great.
best, and then we'll come back to this. We'll finish it up, and then we'll do. Oh God, is that Apollo Justice?
Yeah.
Well,
It is. It is.
Wow. Hopefully, we get to see more of 3D Edgeworth.
Oh,
that was a lot of fun.
That was so cool. So yeah, course party will start tomorrow because it is spooky month, everybody. So we're gonna spookify as much as we can, and then we're gonna go into once we're done course party, we'll come back, like you said, maybe some extra chapters, Apollo Justice, and get back into the AA Professor Layton world.
Yeah.
Again, and don't forget to join us at 3:30 tonight
Dynax was involved.
for maybe a possible we don't know, but could be the finale also of The World Ends With You?
Probably. Yeah.
Do. And it's also date night.
And it's also date night. Is
What
it
a great-
Thursday?
Yeah.
When did it become Thursday?
So I'm gonna play this,
cool.
and then we're gonna pick the game.
Sounds good. Okay, love it.
Blood Kitten. If you finish the game again using New Game Plus, the different there's a different scene at the end.
Oh, very cool.
Whoa, what? Crazy.
Oh, wow, you have to replay the whole
You have
game
to play
again.
the whole
We'll
game.
see about that. We'll see about that. It's not a.
I mean, hey, maybe one day. I'll definitely be
fine,
keeping
me
this
too.
game
Yeah.
installed. What a fantastic game, though.
Yeah.
Definitely some of my favorite puzzles
Yeah.
that they did. Court was super exciting.
It was.
Yeah, it was a fun refresher. The end of the story was a little shaky, but
I
it's
know.
fine.
Yeah.
I appreciate the mystery and the twists and turns.
Yeah.
I would have had it just be a little more like less compromising. I feel like
that's
the
fair.
story
That's fair.
compromised a lot.
Yeah. And I think.
Oh, it was Bone. That's why it's so good. Cutscene production support.
Yeah.
Bones
The
is
cutscenes were
incredible.
unreal.
Yeah. Bones
Like,
does good work.
So hype.
I mean, I don't know. I guess they supported, but
Yeah.
I don't know how much they did.
I think they did such a amazing job in the beginning of the game, introducing you to real quote unquote consequences, and
Yeah.
set up the world so well.
Yeah.
And then even when they
Oh yeah, I totally bought the magic bit.
oh for sure.
I was like, magic, it's
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
Okay, we didn't explain Eve's flaming scarf, by the way. We just glossed over that.
Yeah.
It was just for good theatrics.
Yeah, it was all a suggestion. Should I pick this random game?
Yes, do it.
No incurable disease with the cure. Yeah, that was a bit.
Yeah.
Bayonetta.
No, it isn't.
Wow.
Well, wait, no.
Who
now,
picked it though?
Ginger Dwarf.
Oh,
of
man.
course it was.
Two in a row.
Two in a row.
No, but with that, my only actual real legitimate concern is that did we not say that at some point we may play that on the channel, so we would not be playing it during members' nights?
I mean,
I thought that I was under the
never been,
impression
that impression,
that was.
but-
I mean, we were gonna play it eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
a
It
little
seems kind of
strange.
weird to start it.
Yeah, because it's episodic. So
But I thought we implemented the Archie rule.
oh
Can't do the same person 2 weeks in a row.
yeah, that is a game that was always on our radar to be playing.
Genpray, all mods get membership privileges
Yeah.
because they help out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's really all we do for them.
No, thank you so much, mods.
Thank you, mods.
I do appreciate you.
So
So I think we should pull a different one.
Hold
is my
on.
personal opinion, but we're holding everything.
All right. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We can play it. And if we do it, we'll just restart it.
cool.
Okay.
So it's Bayonetta.
Tonight, 7 p.m. If you're a member of the channel, you want to be a member of the channel, do those things. Join our Discord link down below, and we'll get some more information. All the stuff that you need to know is in the Discord link down below. Do it. Thing down below. Find it. Hold on.
Bum.
I know. We've been waiting for this.
Also, probably the best soundtrack out of any Layton or Phoenix Wright game. IMO. Fight me.
Oh, definitely. I
Mostly because it's like an orchestral version
of everything.
Of
that we've
everything.
seen
And
updated.
oh, the end of the story.
Oh.
Wonder why I wore that mask.
He's the
I
storyteller.
think it actually
theatrics.
was like possibly a filter. Like if I want to go with headcanon.
Oh, maybe
Completely
to see
unrelated.
to see things.
To be able to see things and,
No, I guess
and
I
what
don't
have
know.
you. So he wouldn't be affected by the ink that he was writing with, etc.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Could you imagine though, like if you're writing with that ink, right?
Yeah.
And then you start writing, but then it makes you believe anything that you see. So then you're in this weird loop of believing everything that's happening, and as you write it, it's happening, and you're getting more into it. You know?
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I mean, again, he'd have to take some precautions to write the story.
Definitely.
Straight up. It's just
Definitely.
impossible otherwise. If he was actually writing it. I don't know if he wrote it and then printed it. Anyways, doesn't matter. But yeah, no, absolutely top tier game. I enjoyed it a lot. The Great Witch Bezella was the fictional character created by the storyteller to protect the young Isabella from trauma. This spawned the many mysteries that followed. They no longer need Bezella, nor the witches or witchcraft that were essential for her existence. Aw, man. All mysteries solved. Nice of them to do this. Very satisfying. Oof. Those are worth 150 each. Oh, I was aiming for a crisp 4,000 though.
I was. Nailed it.
Well done. You've just cleared the game. You may now make a special game clear save data file. When you load the data from this file, you'll be given the choice of 2 starting locations. The first is within the underground ruins.
Oh, you don't need to play the whole game again.
From there, you'll be able to access the town and wander around freely, searching for hidden coins or unsolved puzzles. The second choice is at the climax of the epilogue. This is ideal for those who would like to experience the game's finale one more time. You'll be able to restart with maximum credibility, so even if you've run short this time around, you will still have a chance to pick up those vital picarettes that you missed.
Which one?
Probably number 1 makes the most sense.
Yeah, because you got your.
Oh, it's a silver! Silver, Nick, and Layton. And I wonder if when you complete everything, they turn gold.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe.
Like.
Bonuses, extra content. Ooh,
lots to do. Lots to do.
I can't.
I know.
But yeah,
I know.
We'll come by and finish the game. I always think it's good to not leave anything hanging with
No
these
stones
games.
unturned. It's
So-
just spooky month.
We're gonna take a break from the break game to play a break game.
Yeah.
Which
To
is
come back to the
to come back to the break game,
the bonus
to
break game. Yeah.
and then we'll play some Apollo Justice. We're gonna play Corpse Party. We're getting that set up for tomorrow. Yeah.
And then
fantastic.
likely we need a little bit more than just 20 minutes to get ourselves situated for our 12-week stream tonight.
Sure.
Yeah, so we'll be a few minutes behind on that one. Just we need to grab ourselves a bite to eat because the stream went long. But we'll see you there. I've only got 2 things to throw up on the board. 2 seconds of entertainment. Be funny, okay? God, isn't this guy good? All right, so we'll see y'all in probably 30 minutes or so, okay? See you guys soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, love you, goodbye.